Light-skinned females will always put on a pedestal, but when I started dealing with them, I realized these light-skinned females ain't shit. They're lazy. All right, they don't even like to work out. You know, they feel as though they don't have to be cooperative. They like the stereotype is they don't text back. I'm gonna just be honest, you know, for the most part, because they got so many other niggas that they talking to at the same time. Social media is getting blown up and all that shit. Another thing too, man, with this light skin bullshit, they suck in the bedroom. I'm sorry. They feel as though they too pretty to slob on the knob. All right, they feel like they too good to get nasty on it. They don't want to slob. They don't want to make that shit sloppy. All right, but when you get with a caramel or a dark skinned chick, they ain't got no problem showing out. Like I said, there's exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, light skinned females be thinking they too pretty or too good to get freaky, cause you niggas over here eating their ass, so they don't feel like they ain't got to do shit. On top of that, light skinned females, their body shape is not even all that good. As you can, since obviously they're closer to the white phenotype, their bodies aren't that good. All right, they be having a little flab and shit. Light skinned females age worse. All right, they don't age as well as caramel or dark skinned females. All right, because you know what they say, black don't crack, but that light definitely takes flight. All right, that skin definitely starts to sag, wrinkly up way faster than a caramel or a dark skin. See, light skin, they got that looks only that we talk about the wall, but the wall for light skinned females is even shorter because they're closer to white people, and we know white people they start to age quick as hell. It's just some things that I noticed, man, because ever since I was a little kid, light skinned females were always hyped up, but when I started dealing with them, I started realizing what these hoes ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't even behave that well. You know, so there's been a couple times where I had to leave dark skinned females stranded on the side. I mean, not dark skinned, light skinned females stranded on the side of the road because they were acting quote unquote light skinned. So those are my reasons why light skinned chicks are overrated. And you know, not to say I won't deal with them, but it's just when it comes to caramel chicks, brown skinned chicks, and dark skinned chicks, you're gonna get a better product dealing with them before light skinned chicks. So y'all can have them stuck up light skinned chicks, you know what I mean? And y'all can deal with all that bullshit all you want. But the skin tone to me is not worth it. So that's my take on it. I get you guys next time. Peace out.
What's up? Today, I want to talk about something that has not been addressed, something that we don't say it out loud because it's it's right in our face. It's like something so simple. But this is about colorism. Yes, it is. Now, in terms of this whole colorism thing, I want to talk about how people on the darker end of the spectrum have this unearned, automatic respect. They'll never talk about the respect that they have. They have this complexion that has ties to the motherland, quote unquote. So Pan Africanists everywhere really, really respect dark skinned Black people. And then the rest of the Black community in general has this respect for dark skinned people. And we're all aware of this. And this is a form of protection for dark skinned people. And this is also something that allows dark skinned people to basically do whatever they want. So, bullying, fighting, physically fighting, illegal things, other illegal things like employment discrimination, these things are allowed to go on because of this respect. Now, this respect is partly because, you know, dark skin equals Africa, but also it's a fear based respect. People fear darker skinned blacks. This is what they don't like, especially the women. The women are thinking, I don't want to be feared. I don't want to be feared. I'm not scary. I don't want people to think of me as scary. That's not feminine. I'm a lady. I want to be seen as a lady. And I can understand that. But the thing is, the people before you, for a very long time, have acted a certain way. And people have not forgotten that. And this is why they associate masculine traits with darker skin. So let's talk about that masculinity theory for a second. Dark skinned men are seen as most masculine, and dark skinned women are also seen as masculine because dark skin is associated with masculinity, period. So no matter the gender, If you have a deep skin tone, you're going to be seen as masculine. I don't necessarily believe in that. I think that people are associating what they've always seen actually happen, what they've seen dark skinned people be like, do, act like over the years. And that is, they've seen a lot of them be confrontational. They've seen a lot of them fighting. They've seen a lot of them be arrogant, have this arrogance about them. They've seen a lot of them act like they're above the law. They could just do whatever they want to do, and no one's allowed to say anything or stand up to them, or they're going to get their ass beat. Just like really taking control of whichever space they're in. And this actually did happen. No, I'm not a white supremacist, light skinned woman. This actually did happen. The stereotype exists for a reason. People are afraid of darker skinned folks because of what they've seen over the years. The angry black woman, it's the same thing for you. You were angry for a really long time. You are still angry today. We see it online every single day, how entitled you feel, how entitled you are to bully everybody, everyone, black men, light skinned women, brown skinned women. It doesn't matter. Why? Because you know that the community fears you. You know that the community would never challenge you because you have this automatic respect from the community. This is a protective factor for you. So these women have spoken about being unprotected, feeling unprotected. So has the angry black woman, the average angry black woman, crying about not feeling protected. You're very protected. People don't like your attitude, but people are not going to mess with you because they're scared. They're scared. So light-skinned women, absolutely no protection. Turned on by both the men and the women of the entire community, all shades, have the reputation of being a doormat and being a punk, never standing up for herself, when the true story is the light-skinned woman is always outnumbered. I'm going to show a clip.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
It's about to go down, y'all. It's on you first, Siri. Complete silence.
I said, all right, y'all pay attention while I do what I do. Explain to y'all who is who. You know the usual. But on some real shit, I pray God forgive me for what I'm about to do to you. So while we having a session, you run for the white man's protection and tell him, I got hard white grams that's Barbara Streisand complexion. See, this wind's so soft, but when the imp goes off, it'll take your skin tone off. See, I got niggas that chop rocks for me, like Fred Flintstone's boss. See, I ain't gotta move weight, push muscles and get bigger. See, I move weight and push bundles and get richer. You talking about you bubbling and hustling, when, wigger? Only time you move some pounds of snow on the street is if you go shoveling this winter. And I don't even eat Chinese, but you know what? I'm gonna make an exception tonight. I said, yo, off the head or written, I'm the best there is. The message is you sex. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about your heritage. How you sleeping in a cellar with 11 relatives. And how you quit like a bitch, talking about I'm sick of the record biz. So you know what? I'll tell you what the hell it is. See, you ain't got no life, so you can't talk about a life that you never lived. I said you broke. That's why you want to come back and battle over here. But you've been whack your whole career. Ain't it 2 billion people in China? You can't even go platinum over there.
Yo, them Chinese jokes is played out like Scott Tails and trucker hats. I ain't heard heard him a million times. I'ma leave you in the dark. He trying to bring y'all back to the past like this is 106 in Park. Hey yo, he really deep down in his heart wish he could be like me. He like 45 rocking a white tee. You a grown man. You need to switch your career plan. Cause yo, I don't give a fuck if it's in China or in here, man. They know the truth and I'm here to expose you. And that's more than the reality that I can disclose too. Cause if it comes to this, they really not laughing. Cause if I did diss these black people, I would get killed by an assassin. But when it comes to this, I ain't fighting with mimes. Just to beat your corny ass, I'm willing to put my life on the line. Chill. Yeah, chill.
I said, yo, you ain't a rough rider. You on the back of the bike hugging on like one of them bros. And DMX tried to kill him. You know why? He caught him trying to cook one of his dogs. I be international pimping. And I had your Chinese chick giving me a massage with a happy ending. I said, but when she turned around, I was like, ew, she kind of wrong. Like, damn, why she got a thong? See, his bitch ass so flat, she can iron her pants while she still got them on. I said, but yo, it ain't nothing to me.
90.
Notice how he changed his style from fast to slow. Face it, folks, he is not a rapper. He just trying to brainwash y'all with a bunch of fucking racist jokes. You be on the block snapping, but this is different. This is real MCs rapping, talking about I'm the cat that's on the back and I'm looking like a broad. When I did cook him, I was feeding you the dog. This is the dopest. Get focused. You not hopeless. Cause yo, I tell you it's unfair. I can't talk about cotton picking, but I can say how I took a shit in your sweet and sour chicken. This is real flowing. I ain't surprised that you came with your mans, but y'all like D12. No one knows the name of your band. Don't try to come at me up. Don't try to come at me.
Hold it down, stop the clock, stop the clock.
I said, yo, this motherfucker weighed 40 pounds. How he gonna yell at me? I said, I'ma chill, because if I listen to what my ego telling me right now, I catch 3 or 4 felonies. And I don't care if you hungry, you try to eat off my plate, you getting strangled with the tablecloth. So you ain't see me on BT when I was ripping niggas' facials off? Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. Your cable's on. Said you can't murder me in your home. I murder you for the dome. I murder you for the minutes on your prepaid phone. I murder you straight off the dome. I murder you smoking a bone, holding a chrome in your ear like headphones.
90. The judges have decided sudden death overtime for this one.
So you see Jin, the Asian guy, up against Serious Jones. I used to love these rap battles, by the way. So he's up against Serious Jones. Serious Jones was making really racist Chinese jokes all throughout. And Jin knows he can't do that. Look at the scene. If it was on mute, you already know what the deal is. He's outnumbered. He's the only Asian. It looks really intense in there. It looks hot. It just looks super intense. It's very closed in, right? It's a very intimidating environment. He's the only Asian there. He knows he's outnumbered. This guy who has all his peoples around him is making nothing but racist jokes. And Jin is smart enough to know, or aware enough to know, that he can't do the same. This is the exact dynamic in the Black community when it comes to dark-skinned people and light-skinned people, whether people want to admit it or not. Light-skinned people are a minority, more of a minority than dark-skinned people, because I did talk about how both groups are a minority within Black America, but all deeper brown people, so anyone deeper than light-skinned people, deeper toned, can be all a part of the same category sometimes. And we're seeing a lot of that today, which I also talked about. They're calling brown-skinned people dark-skinned now. So they're all with each other, surrounding these minority light-skinned people. Now, sometimes the situation is dark-skinned people against the entire rest of the Black community. And dark-skinned people really do conduct themselves like they're the gatekeepers of the Black community. And it goes back to that Pan-Africanist appreciation for the darker phenotype. Dark skinned people act as if they are entitled. They're allowed to hit below the belt. They're allowed to cross the line. They're allowed to get physical. They're allowed to do whatever they want. The entire Black community is aware of this. It's never spoken about. Why? For a few reasons, but mainly because the community values this type of behavior. The community, this is more than just acceptable. This is ideal. People aspire to be this way. Alpha, aggressive. This is seen as a sign of strength in the community. This community that rejects anything that it perceives as being weak, any weakness whatsoever. And the opposite of this behavior is seen as weakness, and it's intolerable. If you're dark skinned, you are seen as this alpha person. You're alpha, whether you're a man or a woman. If you're light skinned, you're the opposite of that, whether you're a man or a woman. You're Jin versus Sirius Jones and his peoples. Any normal human being could see how it's imbalanced, and it's just imbalanced. You're outnumbered, and it's an Asian amongst a bunch of blacks and maybe a couple Hispanics, and it's just not fair or balanced. Jin, he put himself in that situation. Light-skinned people don't have a choice but to be amongst other black people. Not saying that they don't want to be. It can be uncomfortable at times, is all I'm saying. But they do find themselves in that Jin type situation often, which is unfair. That is not right. We see Jin versus Sirius Jones online right now, which is perfectly acceptable by the entire Black online community because everyone is on the same page. They like the bullying. They like it's everybody. Light skinned people has been everybody's outlet for their aggression because of their place in Black society. It's not right. Light skinned people, a lot of light skinned people don't want to talk about how that makes them feel, how it's unfair because you're seen as a punk, especially if you're a light skinned man. You're seen as a punk if you address that. But there's nothing wrong with addressing that. I guess it's how you address it. But this is just the situation that we're in. Light skinned people are not punks. They're outnumbered.